kinematics of circular motion. That only we are doing actually. In linear motion we have seen when acceleration is constant, if a is constant, if acceleration, linear acceleration is constant, how we decide the velocity after some time t? Suppose initial velocity is u, then what is the velocity after some time t? How to write down when acceleration is constant? We know that v is equal to u plus or minus at we wrote. Do you remember? Where v is the linear velocity, u is the initial linear velocity. So everything is related to linear motion. So displacement in t time. Displacement in t time is ut plus or minus half at square. V square minus u square is equal to plus or minus 2as. And displacement in the nth second. Displacement traveled in the nth second. So this is 1 second duration journey. Okay. So u plus or minus a by 2 into 2n minus 1. So all these equations you can write down when a is constant. If a is variable, okay. So then a value you can write down. You can write down acceleration is dv by dt. Okay, na? So from this you can find out the velocity by integrating. A into dt you will get. Okay, na? dv is equal to a into dt. Now integrate. Then you will get the initial velocity to find the velocity 0 to t time. Actually this equation also came from here because acceleration is constant, removed from the integration, then automatically you will get the first equation. Again v can be written as ds by dt. You can find out the displacement, or acceleration we can write down dv by dt, no? Acceleration is, this can be written as dv by dx or dx, okay, na? And dx by dt. So then I can write down a is equal to dv by dx into v I can write down. So acceleration can be written as in terms of v and x. Then if you integrate this, then you will get the third equation by taking the acceleration constant. So when acceleration is variable, then you have to use either derivative or integration. When acceleration is constant, you can use kinematic equations. This is completely or purely for linear motion only. And already we discussed this part in kinematics. In kinematics we have done that, right? Okay, na? Now the question is, let us go with the rotatory motion or angular quantities. Okay, na? What is the relation between angular quantities? If I take angular quantities, how to write down the relations? What are the meaning of angular quantities? Theta, omega and alpha. Theta, omega and alpha are the angular quantities. You can write down something like this. Relation between angular quantities, theta, omega and alpha. Angular displacement, angular velocity, angular acceleration. Can anyone try for relations? See, if alpha is constant, let us say angular velocity after some time t is equal to initial angular velocity plus or minus alpha t, same as it is, no doubt. Here final velocity is equal to initial velocity plus or minus acceleration into time. Final velocity is equal to initial velocity plus or minus acceleration into time. But these are linear quantities, these are angular quantities. Just replace the displacement with linear displacement with angular displacement, linear velocity with angular velocity, linear acceleration with angular acceleration. That's it. You will get the kinematic equations in rotation. Similarly, how the second equation will turns to be? Second equation will become, here linear displacement is there, no? Now convert into angular displacement. Then it is theta. U means initial velocity. Initial velocity I am writing as omega naught. Omega naught into t, okay, na? Plus or minus half alpha t square. In the place of linear acceleration I am writing angular acceleration. So similarly v square minus u square is equal to plus or minus 2as. How to write down? Omega square minus omega naught square is equal to plus or minus 2 alpha theta. Okay, na? In the place of a linear acceleration we are writing angular acceleration. Just we are replacing all the angular quantities. That is a simple thing. Then what is the angular displacement in the nth second? The angular displacement in the nth second is initial velocity omega naught plus or minus alpha by 2 into 2n minus 1. So everything goes same. Okay, na? If alpha is variable, then what to do? If alpha is variable, then we can write down the integration of derivative things. If alpha function is given, then alpha is equal to what we can write down? d omega by dt. Then if you want to find out the angular velocity after some time t, so d omega is equal to alpha into dt. Now integrate. So initial angular velocity to final angular velocity 0 to t time. Okay na? And then what is the angular velocity I can write down? d theta by dt. Okay, so then I can write down d theta, angular displacement. If you want to find out, omega into dt, you can integrate. So like that you can convert however you want. It all depends on what function is given and what you want to identify. Okay, suppose omega function is given, you want to identify angular acceleration, then derivate it. Omega function is given, if you want to find out the displacement, then you integrate it. Okay na? So again you can write down alpha as, this is one important expression in questions, d omega by dt. This can be written as d omega by d theta into d theta by dt. Okay na? So then d theta cancel out, you will get d omega by dt only. Then what the d theta by dt is called as? D theta by dt is called as angular velocity. Then alpha we can write down as omega into d omega by d theta. This is the alpha value. Some important relations to solve the questions. Okay na? So you can apply all these equations according to the situation. See, these equations you can write down when only alpha constant. When alpha constant, you can write down the equation, this formula, and solve the question. If alpha is variable, then you have to think about the how to integrate or how to derive the things. Okay. So let us see a question related to this. I have given the angular velocity as a function of time. Angular velocity units are radian per second. Angle rotated by time, no? Angle is in terms of what? Radians. Radian per second will give you angular velocity. So that is the unit of angular velocity. Okay, na? So angular velocity is variable with the time. As the time changes, angular velocity changes with angular velocity. Then find at time is equal to 2 seconds, what is the centripetal acceleration and what is the tangential acceleration of the particle? That is the question. Okay, omega as a function of time as given. For tangential acceleration, what we require? We require the alpha value, because tangential acceleration is r alpha. So we require the alpha value. Then how to go for alpha values? Now omega as a function of time as given. Then alpha can be written as what? D omega by dt. So that means d by dt of omega value 2 plus 40 plus t square. Okay na? Now if you are going for derivative of angular velocity, then you automatically will get angular acceleration. So then angular acceleration is equal to derivative of 2 0, derivative of 4t 4 plus derivative of t square is 2t. Then what is the alpha value is equal to 2t plus 4. What are the units? Radian per second square. Omega by time, no? Omega by time is angular acceleration. So omega is radian per second, then angular acceleration is radian per second square. So this is the alpha value. Now alpha is variable or constant? Alpha is variable. Alpha is depends on the time now. But we require the tangential acceleration at time is equal to 2 seconds. At time is equal to 2 seconds, what the alpha value is equal to? Alpha value is 2 into 2 plus 4 will give you how much? 8. 8 radian per second square is the alpha value. Alpha value you got 8. Then what is the tangential acceleration at time is equal to 2 seconds, which is r alpha, no? R value is given how much? 2. So 2 into alpha value is 8 at time is equal to 2 seconds. Then total 16 meter per second square. That is the what? That is the tangential acceleration. So tangential acceleration will be 16. Similarly, what is the centripetal acceleration? Centripetal acceleration I can find out. Centripetal force is mv square by r. Centripetal acceleration is v square by r. So this I can modify in terms of omega. In the place of v, I can write down r omega whole square by r. We can write down no speed. V is equal to r omega. We can write down. So then r omega square by r. So then centripetal acceleration is r square by r. R will be left into omega square. So centripetal acceleration is equal to r omega square. That is the centripetal acceleration. We require the radius and angular velocity. So then centripetal acceleration is equal to radius value is 2, but what is the omega value? Omega value we don't know. As the time changes, omega changes. Particular time is equal to 2 seconds, omega is required. At time is equal to 2 seconds, at time is equal to 2 seconds, what is the omega value I can write down? Omega I can write down as 2 plus 40 plus t square. That is the expression I have given. So omega is equal to 2 plus 4 into 2 plus 2 square. So what is the omega value goes to? 2 plus 8, 10, 10 plus 4, 14. This is 14. Omega value is 14. 14 radian per second. 2 into 14 square. Okay, na? So what is the centripetal acceleration will become? 14 square. 392 meter per second square. Okay, so this is the acceleration of centripetal acceleration, that is tangential acceleration.